Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Chi. I'm going to do an update for you about my stocks investment today. Today is day 21. It's about 3 weeks from the time I started investing in stocks. Now, since then, what I've done is I've sold the penny stocks that I had with KLL, and I've reinvested that money into the ETF that I've got, which is the one I'm on Commonwealth Pocket app, and it's called Tech Savvy, and it's basically NDQ, and that's called Better Shares NASDAQ 100. Okay, so basically it tracks the top 100 companies in the NASDAQ index. Right, so what I've done is I've actually made some money. So since the last update, I had about $99 or something in there from the last update. So now I've gone up a little bit higher. I'll just show you what I've got. So as you can see, if you can see there, I bought some more stocks. So I've got $7,547.14, and I've made $125.67 overall, which is a 1.69% increase in total from the time I started. Okay, so I've made about, I don't know, $26 or so since the last time that I spoke to you. I'm going to talk today a little bit about dividends, okay, because this particular stock that I bought, NDQ, there is an upcoming dividend. Okay, so dividends are paid on this particular stock on a biannual basis, so twice a year, and the next one is, the pay date is on the 17th of January. So the ex-dividend date for this particular stock is on the 2nd of January. So for those who don't know, if you're a beginner with all this, with stock investing in stocks and all that, the ex-dividend date really is the date where you can no longer get the dividend payout if you buy stocks on this particular day or thereafter. Okay, so if you want to get the dividend, you need to buy the stocks at least a day before the ex-dividend date, and it needs to have already settled into your account. Okay, the transaction has to have settled. And then basically after that, it takes either 1 or 2 days, depending on the variation between countries. There's a record date, and what they do is they record all the people on the registry that is entitled to get a dividend on the record date. You don't need to hold your stocks on the ex-dividend date or thereafter to get the dividend. Okay, so long as you buy your stocks before the ex-dividend date, you are entitled to the dividend. If you buy your stocks after the ex-dividend, on the day of the ex-dividend date or thereafter, the person who owned the stocks beforehand will get the dividend. Okay, so, and then basically normally about 2 weeks after that, or a little bit like that, the date of the payment is scheduled. So there are a few things that people do. There's certain strategies that people play in terms of the dividend. Some people play the dividend capture strategy, which is basically they buy their stocks before the ex-dividend date, and then they sell it on the ex-dividend date or thereafter. Okay, so they get the dividend. They just buy it just to get the dividend. Now, what you've got to bear in mind is that when they do the payout, okay, when the stock is released the next day or whatever, they will reduce the stock at the same amount that the dividend is. Okay, so for example, if the dividend is 25 cents per unit, then the the stocks itself will go down by 25% the next day. Now, what happens though is what people do is they buy it, and depending on which stock you buy, a lot of the times the stocks won't actually go down at exactly the same amount. So you can actually make some earnings from just buying before the ex-dividend date. And sometimes, because of the volatility of the stock market, you can't actually really predict all this stuff. Sometimes it actually means that you get a profit even with the price drop. Yeah. So sometimes you might make, you know, depending what it is, you might make, say, 25% profit or something, because the actual stocks didn't actually go down as much as it was supposed to. So yes, so that's something to consider. When you get the payout as well, there's a few ways to get paid out. You can get paid out as a check, or you can get electronically paid out into your account if you have that set up already. And they've also got a sort of investment strategy, like plan as well. So a lot of these stocks have like a reinvestment, I guess, feature, where they will automatically just buy you new stocks with the money that you get paid from the dividend. Okay, not all companies have, or not all stocks have this feature. The one that I've got with Commsec Pocket, they don't actually reinvest it for you automatically. So they just pay it into your bank account if you have that set up, and then you can just use the money whatever way you want. You can buy some more stocks or whatever. Now, Commsec Pocket and most of the shares all over the world, you are automatically put on the registry if you buy the stock. Yeah, you don't have to actually register on a registry or anything like that, and it's done automatically. So you just basically buy the stock, and most of the time you just, if you buy it before the ex-dividend date, you just get a payment on the actual payment date. All right, so that's pretty much all there is about dividends. So the way that you calculate a dividend is, you see how many stocks you have. So just say you have 10 stocks, okay, and the payout is 50 cents. So what's that? So that would be $5. Yeah, so you just times the amount, this number of cents, times the number of stocks that you have, and that's what you'll get paid out. So for this particular stock, this year in July, they had a payout of about 43 cents for the dividend amount. And so I am thinking that, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that it might be a little bit more this time round. There's a way to calculate it all, but it's very complicated. So yeah, so I'm very excited. I'm excited to get my first dividend payout, and I'm excited to see how much the amount is going to be. So on this particular one, they're going to announce the actual amount on the record date. It's the same as, you know, it's basically on the same day as the record date, which is, I think it's the third of the first. Yeah, the ex-dividend date is on the 2nd, and then they record it the next day, and they also announce how much it is the next day. Then you get paid on the 17th. All right, so, ooh, exciting, isn't it? Okay, so I think that's all for now. I'll get back to you again for my next update. I might just do the next update in another week or so. Okay, see you soon. Bye.